Okay, good morning everyone. Today we're going to do a video on how to make a nutcracker. I can't get them all in frame at one time, but this is him. That's his little body and his face and his little crown. Trying to move things to get them in there. So I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. There's quite a few pieces to him, but we're going to try to get it done quickly. Okay, some of the pieces that you're going to need is the fish bowls, the small one and the large one. You're going to need, they're called smooth foam, and they're 1.5 inches, and they come in a pack of 12. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and they're $3.79. You're going to need 5 of these. I also got the, it's called fox fake fur, or anyway, it's $2.99, and it comes in a variety of colors, and it's a pretty good size piece for what you pay, and you're going to get quite a few out of it because it doesn't take that much to make him. You're going to need his little crown. These actually came with pearls on them, and I thought it was kind of girly, so I pulled the pearls off, and I want to say this was like $1.94 actually, and a base to sit it on. And what I did was I just measured the top of the bowl and cut it a little bit bigger so that his crown would have something to sit on. And you're going to need some Mod Podge, some glitter, red, gold. I used red for him, and I did pink, a light pink, a soft pink for his face, black for his boots, red for his body. If you want to do it in red, you can do it in blue, just whatever color you choose, and gold. I also went to Hobby Lobby and bought, it's a real pretty string. It was in the ribbon section. It was $1.99. It's metallic and polyester. And then I got this, which is real pretty, also in gold. It was $2.99 at 50% off. So, and it again, it doesn't take but little tiny pieces. And I've already pre-cut and made the pieces, glittered them and everything. But for his beard, it's about 2.5 inches long, and it's about 1.25 inches for his beard. And then for his hair that goes around, it's 9 inches, and I cut it to wrap around. It's about 2.5 inches this way, and it's 9 inches this way. And the easiest way to cut this so that you have clean cuts and it doesn't make a big mess is you just take a pencil or anything, paintbrush, just anything, and slide it right up underneath his hair and fold it over, and you'll be able to see the mesh, so that when you cut it, you're actually just cutting the mesh part of it, but you just slide it through. I actually used a pair of tweezers, but you just slide it through and pick the hair up and place it to the other side, and you'll be able to see the mesh. That way there you don't cut this part of the hair and you don't mess up what you have left. So you'll see it makes a nice little right down the side of it. You're going to need 2 pieces of the rod at 4 inches, and this is the rod, and it's 1.5 inches in diameter by 24 inches long, and it doesn't, again, you can make quite a few out of it, but you're going to need 2 pieces of 4 inches long for the arms and 3 inches long for the boots. And this is my little machine that I use. If you can get one of these, if you have a Hobby Lobby next to you, or if you can order it off of Amazon, this thing is awesome. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. It is awesome. It allows you to cut all kinds of things. It has a little built-in ruler right here. It doesn't take long to heat up. So the pieces that you're going to need, like I said, 3 inches is right there. So you just line it up, and you see it's already cutting. Just slide it right on through, and it cuts it like hot butter. And then you can just kind of, hold them together and do the other piece. So now you have the 2 pieces for his legs. To make the boot part of it, you're going to take one of the balls, and there's actually a line right here in the middle. You're going to cut off about 1/4 of the ball, and you're just going to take it real slow and easy. With the smooth balls, it takes a little bit more or a little bit longer to cut it. They're a little bit thicker, but when you're cutting just regular styrofoam, it zips through it like there's no tomorrow. Just be patient. It cuts right through, and then just pop it off. You're then going to lay it, let me see if I can zoom this up a little bit. After you've cut it flat like that, you're going to lay that flat piece down, just like that. And you're going to cut kind of like a semi-circle. Just cut it away. Take your leg, and you can kind of look at it and cut away anything. If it doesn't fit flush or it doesn't fit right, you just go in and trim out more until you get the fit that you want. Make sure your glue gun, if you have a low temp, that's awesome. If you have a high temp like I do, turn it to the low setting. This will melt a little bit, but that's actually a good thing, because it's going to melt the 2 styrofoams together. And you just stick it together. If it squishes out the edge, it's not a big deal. It's actually a good thing. It seals it up. If it doesn't, you can fill it in with your glue gun to make it a nice smooth looking boot. Let it sit and go on to the next one. And again, you're just going to cut away 1/4 of the ball. Pop it off. Again, lay it flat and do just a little, like a crescent. I don't have a pattern on these. As you can see, most of it is free-handed, and I hold it up to whatever piece I'm working on to see how it fits. I shave away any more that I think it may need. Again, take your glue gun and stick it right on there. Again, if it squashes out, it's low temp, so in just a few seconds you can handle it. You can run your finger around it across the bottom just to clean it up a little bit, just like that. Now you're going to take and Mod Podge these all over. Take your black glitter, sprinkle it, and set them to dry. I've already done mine. That's what they'll look like. I put mine on skewers and then I stick them into a styrofoam ball. Don't worry about the hole because that's going to be covered. And there's the other one. For his arms, it's a little bit different. Sorry, I should have had this open before I started. For his arms, you're going to take a 4-inch section, which is right there, and you're going to cut his arm. As you can see, it slides through this a lot better. To make sure you have them the same length, you can line them up and just run it through. For his arms, you want his arms to, if you just leave it like that, you have a very little point of where it's going to attach to the bowl. So you actually want to go in about a 1/2 inch down from what would be the shoulder, and you're going to cut into and shave some away like that. Take your bowl and line it up. If you see that it's not sitting flush, just go back and cut out a little bit more until you get a nice fit. As you can see, this machine is like the bomb, and I have a pretty good fit just like that. So once you do both his arms the same way, you're going to Mod Podge them and add red glitter. You can see I have the section cut out right here. So these are his arms. And you don't have to worry about doing the ends because it's going to be covered. Also, when you do the arms, on the end of it, on the end of it, you're going to kind of hollow it out a little bit because you're going to push the ball, which is going to be his hand, down inside of there. So what I did was, these are his hands. I went ahead and Mod Podged them and glittered them. And you're going to put a pretty good size amount of glue in there so that it grabs the ball, and you're just going to stick it in there and hold it. Give it just a few minutes. Here's this other one. And again, you're just going to push it down in there, let it grab. For this part of it, which is the top of his shoulder, you're going to take one ball and cut it right in half. And this is going to be the top piece to his arm. So you're just gonna get your hot glue and stick it right to the top of his arm. If it splooges out, just wipe it. Clean it up a little bit. Kind of center it on his arm. Let me shut this off and move it out the way now. As you can see, it's very light. It's a very lightweight machine, and it allows you to do so much with it. This is the top of his other arm. Just stick it on there. Now I'm going to back the camera out a little bit. There. Now I take this decorative piece and I'm going to go around the bottom. And go upwards. So I just measure around and cut it towards the inside of his arm. Just go around. Add a little bit of glue. So you have that. And then I'm going to do it from the top going downward. And they had this in gold and they had it in silver. I just happen to like the gold. I thought it was really pretty. And I wanted to do mine in gold. But if you want to do it in silver or whatever color they have, just stick it on there. So now you have his arm. Again, from the shoulder, you're going to do it downward. So we're going to stick a little bit of glue. Wrap it around. A little bit of glue. And the same thing on the bottom, going upward. Just wrap it around. I mean, you can glue it all the way around. I just do whatever's necessary. A little bit of glue. Now you have his hands or arms ready. And you have his boots ready. For the base, one second, I forgot to bring his base. For his base, I got these at the Dollar Tree, and it comes 2 to a pack, and I just took the whole circle and Mod Podged it and glittered it. So this is ready. His boots are ready. Now for his body. Again, with the Mop and Glow. And I have been doing these crafts since last year. I still have some of them that I haven't got rid of yet. I have moved them, I have boxed them, I have unboxed them, and I have not had any problems with the glitter not staying in place. And I have boxed them and unboxed them quite a bit, taking them to the different shows and flea markets and things like that. So I'm not sure why others may be having problems, but I've not had any problems with it. Set that off to dry or drip, and go ahead and do the next one. Just spin it around, coat the whole inside. Set that off. And take your red glitter, dump some in there. Tap out any excess. The next one. Now you can paint the inside of his face a flesh color, or you can do it white, or just whatever color you want to do it. I just happen to like this pink. It gives it a nice soft glow to it. Just spin it around. Tap out any excess. Set one right on top of the other and go around it with your glue gun. And for this to be standing on legs, it's actually very balanced. Just go around it with your glue gun. Let it sit for just a few minutes. I'm going to show you this one again. I mean, it's very balanced. You can see it's not tipping over. For it to be standing on legs. Okay. Now you're going to take it and tip it upside down. And you're going to glue. You're going to take some E6000. My hands are not wanting to work today. You're going to take some E6000 and put it in the middle. It'll take a few days for this to set up, so I use it along with hot glue. a little bit on the top and the bottom, and you're going to stick it middle, like so that when you put them on, they're both, it's going to be in the middle of the jar. Well, we're going to have to pull him out for a minute and scrape him because I didn't get it in the middle. So we're going to put a little bit more E6000 and the hot glue. As you can see, it set up pretty quick. And this one is right next to it. Just like that. Kind of center it on the bottom of the bowl. You're going to take some more E6000, put it on the bottom, both feet. And you're going to take some hot glue, top and bottom, and you're going to set him on his base. And this is what you're going to have. As you can see, he's pretty sturdy. You're going to take his arms that you've already made, and again you're going to take your E6000 and put some in the middle of it, and you're going to take some hot glue, top and bottom, and stick his arm right to his side and hold it just long enough for the glue to harden. Well, I guess I didn't put enough glue. Might want to do the sides as well. And you're going to do his other one. You're going to do the E6000 in the middle. And the hot glue. And stick it right on his body. And hold it until it cools. After you've put his arms on, if you find that he has too much of a gap up in here, you can fill that in with a little bit of glue, hot glue, and sprinkle the glitter on it. Just to fill it in. For his decorations on his body. This is the gold pen that comes from the Dollar Tree that you write on the plastic Christmas bulbs with. They came in silver and gold and white, and all I did was just take and draw a line straight down his body on either side, and then I drew some buttons. I took some of the rope cord and I went from this corner down to this corner here to give him his little sash. And I gave it a little bit of a drape, not much. Just stuck it right up in there. And I also went around the front of his neck just to kind of help cover up where you glued him together. So I just put a little dot there. And I put a little dot over here. So now you have his body done. For his beard, right down in the front, you can trim it up any which way you wanted. I didn't want it as long, and I kind of wanted it angled just a little bit. So I just trimmed it up the way I liked it. A little bit of glue and stuck it right in place where I wanted it. Just like that. For his hair, you just wrap it around, and I started in the middle going around his head until I got it in place. So I just did a bead of glue and evened it up and stuck it to his head. And then you can go back and stick it down between his arms or his shoulder on either side. So that it goes down. And then I went back around the top and stuck it down. It's going to wrinkle. I just stuck it down. And then, of course, on the front sides, just to hold it in place. And in the back, you can trim it up, give him a haircut, leave it as it is. For his crown, I think for this one, I'm going to leave the little pearl things on it. You're going to take and go around the top with your glue gun. And stick his top on. And around his crown. And right to the top. And just hold it in place. So far, this is what you have. Now he just needs a face. So I'll clean off any little glue spider webs to make sure he's got a clean face. And again, I have a Cricut, so I've cut his little face out, his little teeth, and just put them in place. And his little gums, or whatever they call it. His mustache. His nose. His eyes. and his eyebrows. And there you have your Nutcracker. With his little face and his crown and his body. I hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you for watching.